At the beginning of the film, we see a group of 6 friends in a deserted place who have come there to shoot a horror video. There was also a decent chap named David with a new partner. However, upon seeing these people, he left. After finishing their work, the entire group leaves, except for a couple who start exploring the place while enjoying themselves. While exploring, the boy runs into a nearby cabin where there were many pigs. He started teasing the pigs with a stick, and the pigs, annoyed, made a loud noise. Subsequently, a gentleman arrived. As the pigs continued to make loud noises, before these individuals could turn around and focus on him, the gentleman swung a substantial cutter he was wielding and severed the boy's head in excruciating agony. The girl standing nearby screamed in terror and fled inside. Meanwhile, the second gentleman, twirling his sinister intent, approached the girl and ultimately slit her throat, ending her life. It turns out that the gentleman who just committed these 2 heinous murders is named Lester. He is the offspring of an elderly gentleman who used to run this slaughterhouse. However, his business has completely shut down because, in the modern age, people have started purchasing processed meat from factories instead of slaughterhouses. Lester did not make any upgrades to his business, which is why his slaughterhouse completely closed down. Meanwhile, Tom, who is his competitor, has a meat factory that is currently thriving in the city, and he now wants to acquire Lester's property as well. It turns out that Tom used to work under Lester, but then he set up his own meat factory and he introduced methods that made him very successful today. Lester's son, Buddy, was always kept with pigs in Lester's slaughterhouse. That's why he was no longer normal. He behaved just like pigs. He even spoke like pigs. The 2 murders he just committed were also because those 2 were bothering his pigs. He considered nothing more important than his pigs. In the morning, it is shown that the elastic competitor Tom comes to Lester's property with the sheriff and one of Lester's friends so that to force the sale of the property. Lester's friend, who came with Tom, was the same one who suggested Lester set up the slaughterhouse. It was his idea that made the slaughterhouses successful. In summer, he also advised Lester to make modern upgrades, but Lester ignored him. That's why the friend now works with Tom. Tom came with an offer for Lester to sell his property for just $55,000. Plus, he could work for him, ensuring Lester kept getting money and could stay there, but unexpectedly he refused the offer. Now the sheriff threatened him, saying if he wants to sell, he should do it now. After all, he hadn't paid income tax for quite some time, otherwise, his property would be auctioned off next month anyway. Lester didn't pay attention to the sheriff's words and went inside, while the sheriff posted a notice of auction on his property. After they left, he tried to enter his slaughterhouse, but his son stopped him. It was the first time his son had done something like this. Lester was surprised and quickly went inside, and as soon as he entered, he was shocked. His son had These 2 people were killed and hanged. Lester sees this and shouts, scolding Buddy for his actions. Buddy, feeling scolded, gets angry with his dad. He even picks up a knife to kill him, but reconsiders and doesn't. Interestingly, Lester's anger fades and he pats his son on the back because he had peeled with a cut. Buddy is happy to hear praise, while something else is brewing in Lester's mind. It is necessary to make 3 incisions with acid on the bodies of Tom Sheriff and his associate. Lester is trying to devise a plan and gets himself ready. After that, he calls Tom and tells him that he is ready to accept his offer. He asks Tom to come to his slaughterhouse. Meanwhile, we are shown the group of 4 that we saw at the start of the movie. They are still planning their horror video and go to a shop to buy some masks and other items for it. They decide to continue their shooting at the slaughterhouse where Lester is planning a murder with his son. The scene cuts to show Sheriff David. He had received news that a couple hadn't returned home for 2 days. These were the same people he last saw near the slaughterhouse. That's why he also set off to investigate in that direction. By the time David arrives, he sees the group of 4 inside the slaughterhouse. They were filming their video there and were doing so quite comfortably because Lester had already hidden the bodies of their 2 friends. After filming, the group leaves and Buddy sees them. Jab Killer State once again calls Tom and his entire group, urging them to come quickly. I am ready to do everything, he says. Meanwhile, Dave had gone inside the slaughterhouse to investigate. David noticed blood dripping from somewhere. When he looked up, he saw a dead cat hanging. Apparently, it had also been bothering Buddy's pigs, so Buddy killed it and hung it up. Anyone who bothers his pigs meets the same fate. There was a fear that the murderer who killed the couple would be here. As he was moving forward with his gun pointed, suddenly, someone. He fired and the gun slipped from his hand. It was none other than Big, who, upon cutting his hand, bled profusely and David died on the spot. After killing David, Lester, who was brought by Big to his dad, was a bit tense about another murder but didn't say anything to Big. In fact, he even praised Big. A little while later, finally, Lester and Tom's mutual friend arrived, who wanted to discuss the deal. Lester was eagerly waiting for him, and they had even done some decorations for him. The entire slaughterhouse, the lifeless bodies of deceased humans, were suspended, which terrified him and left him utterly shocked. Before he could devise a plan for his escape, Buddy, who had been concealing himself above, seized his neck with his hand and crushed his entire face with the sheer force of his grip, killing him there as well. Even after this, Buddy was not content. He still desired to alter something. He removed David's uniform and somehow, he cut him and got trapped, then sat in his car. He drove off, using a pig-like voice to respond on the police walkie-talkie. On the way, Dave's girlfriend spotted the car, thinking Dave was inside. But when she looked, she saw it was Buddy. Terrified, she got into her car, but Buddy didn't follow. She blocked his car, picked up a stone, and threw it at him. To save herself, she got out of the car and ran, but Buddy caught her from behind and in a strange way. He slit his throat and in this way committed another murder. A little while later, Tom entered the slaughterhouse. He was the same person who wanted to buy the property and whom Lester was most angry with, so his death was destined to be the most gruesome. Therefore, Buddy put him into the grinding machine and slowly his body was minced. Now, the scene cuts to show us the group of 4 in the club who are remembered for repeatedly shooting their horror videos in this slaughterhouse. They were partying when suddenly the club's lights went out because here, a very terrifying storm had come. The crackling of lightning was making the storm even more dreadful. So they planned to go back to the slaughterhouse for their filming, as no more dangerous atmosphere could possibly exist. In the course of their conversation, they made a bet that Sally would stay alone in the slaughterhouse for an hour. Because she was a bit scared, they planned it all out and arrived there. Inside the slaughterhouse, when Sally was standing alone, the other 2 boys decided to scare her even more. They wore masks and approached the window to frighten her. Her friend also got very scared seeing the whole scene because the boy wearing the mask who came to bother her was attacked from behind by the big guy. He struck her on the head and cut her body into 2 pieces. Now, she was worried about her life. As she ran away, Lester caught her when she reached her brother. Meanwhile, Buddy moved forward and attacked another boy from their group. Cluster had also attacked Sunny. Now, their remaining friend was searching for them, and when she entered the slaughterhouse, she was utterly confused because the bodies of her 3 friends were hanging from the ceiling. The scene then shifted to the sheriff, who had received numerous reports of people going missing. First of all, what did the person with the last time slot see? After that, David, who went to investigate the couple's murder, hasn't returned yet. Then there were Harold and Tom. In such a situation, all of Sarah's suspicion was directed towards Lester, the sheriff. Therefore, he also goes to the slaughterhouse to investigate and requests backup police before going. Inside the slaughterhouse, it was shown that these people were torturing the last remaining girl because she was the sheriff's daughter. Just before they could kill her, the sheriff calls out from behind. As the spectre roams, the girl escapes. The big one chases her, but the sheriff fires a shot, making the big one flee in fear. They all rush to where the pigs were tied up. The sheriff shares his plan with his daughter, that you hear. Run now, I'll handle these 2 for now, the backup police should arrive soon. They had just finished making this plan when Lester came from behind and stabbed the sheriff in the stomach. Before he could attack the girl as well, she picked up her dad's gun and shot him. She saw that the sheriff, her dad, was still alive. She could take him to the hospital to save him. She lifted her dad into her arms and quickly headed towards her car. Just before she could drive away, Lester appeared in front of their car again, which... She comprehended that she was maintaining her composure and swiftly maneuvered the vehicle, forcefully pushing Lester off it and subsequently running over his head with the car before proceeding onward. They believed they would endure, but it was an illusion because the most significant threat, which they had not yet addressed, was concealed within their car. This individual, armed with a knife, kills the girl and concludes the story precisely at this juncture.